The Smart Fella Titan event is live. Fire Knight, Dungeon Divers, and even Charm Training. Whenever these 2 or 3 tournaments are at the same time, the question pops into your head. Can I actually farm food on Fire Knight, one of the most difficult bosses in the game, which needs so many core mechanics? The answer might be yes if you're farming stage 20, which is the most optimal stage to farm. And it all is enabled by this amazing rare Dark Elf champion. Hey guys, SMZ here, we're back playing Raid Shadow Legends, and guys, I am talking about this amazing rare champion, probably the best rare champion in the game. And the best part about her is that she scales all the way into the end game. And look at this, even as an end game account, I have 3 of them built. I'm talking about Coldheart. I have 3 cold hearts, as you can see. Not everybody's geared out fully, but I still use them. I still use them in so many areas. She has an amazing kit, and not just her A3, which everybody talks about, the enemy max HP hit, which basically decreased the turn meter by 100%, which is amazing. And it used to be the key to beating the Fire Knight back in the day before hard mode, and still is for the normal Fire Knight. But the fact that she has a 4-hitter A1, which helps to break the shield, and she has heal reduction on an A1, which is also great not just for the Fire Knight but also for AMS in certain rotations. And she brings poisons and decreased accuracy in her kit as well. There's a free champion that you can get by using the link in my description. That is Narma the Return, a great champion to battle the Demon Lord. And you can get her alongside other crazy good epic champions like Anax, like Uugo, and like Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. How to get these champions for free? Here's how to do it. You go into your Plarium Play and log out of your current account. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Download the game and then play the tutorial, and you will find Narma sitting there chilling in your inbox. And you can get all of these crazy good epic champions as you progress through the game. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Click the link in the description and get these cool champions. If you can get her up to a 6-star Phantom Touch, which is a rare blessing, and rare blessings are generally very easy to get to 6-star, she's just game changing. And now today I'm going to showcase a few teams, 3 to be exact, in order to farm stage 20 of the Fire Knight. But before I do that, some people also like to farm stage 10 hard mode during these tournaments. So I have made a separate video for that. Unfortunately, Coldheart's not gonna come into play over here. I'm gonna show you this team right here. And if you wanna look at this team in detail, and I have done previously videos on various iterations if you would like to beat stage 10 hard mode in order to do your Marius missions, or in order to basically farm it really fast to get very nice savage gear and regeneration gear. Still top tier sets in the game in my opinion. So check that video out. I'll link it down in the description as well. But this is the team that I use to farm this really fast, and this is the team that I love to watch because this is so damn quick, enabled of course by Marius and 2 Newts. Let's go and showcase how fast this is. So Marius is gonna go and blow them away in the first wave, and Marius is strong enough to even kill the second wave with nothing but his A1. He left one guy standing this time round, but that's perfectly fine. So here we go into the first run, and there you go with the shield going down all the way to half. Second ally attack coming in decreases the shield all the way through, and now Marius will smack number 1. There's the Slayer taking even halfway through, and I don't even need the full Blessed Bash on the second time thanks to the Slayer proc. That's 13 turns, fastest is 11. So very good team if you're looking to farm that. I have various versions of this team with 1 Newt, 2 Newts, and even no Newt whatsoever, and without Marius as well. So please check that out. But let's go into the normal mode. We're talking about stage 20 today, and as I said, the main champion we need right here is none other than this young lady right here, which is Coldheart. Now, along with Coldheart, what you need is your best nuker. I'll showcase you with 3 different nukers. So let me showcase with you with Marius first, because he's the best one in clearing the dungeons. And then we can throw in food champions. I've done so much champ training that I have run out officially of food champions. So I might need to pull some ancient shards. No presets needed, by the way. No presets needed. Marius is just going to blow through the waves very quickly. As you can see, he blew through stage 10 hard mode, so stage 20 is not a problem at all. He did his A2, which is not ideal, but that's perfectly fine. Marius is fast. He can smack, and as you saw, so many hits, and heal reduction is in. So even if he takes a turn now, that's perfectly fine. I can break the shield again, but that does not happen thanks to Marius. Look at how fast this run is. I've done it as fast as 6 turns if everything flows through without issues. You notice that Marius did his A2 on the second wave, which we are ideally trying to avoid, right? But here, because he did it, that's why it was a bit slower on the third wave, and even this bit slower is just 14 turns and 20 seconds. It can go down to this, as you can see, 6 turns and 12 seconds. So extremely fast. Now, let me quickly showcase the build on the Coldheart, and then I'll showcase you other champions which can do the same if you don't have a well-built Marius. If this game will ever load. What's happening here? Plarium, fix your game. So no presets, as you saw. I just built this team up. Let me showcase the build on this Coldheart. So nothing crazy, not even savage or anything like that on this Coldheart. The nice thing about Coldheart is that she needs only a 70% crit rate because she has an extra 30% on her nuke ability. So I've built her close to 80%, but 70 is more than enough. And crit damage, I've taken her all the way to 300 plus, which is very helpful. And then 360 accuracy, you don't need that accuracy, especially for finite 20. Around about 250 is more than enough. Let me showcase the area bonuses. I don't have that much anyhow. I have some accuracy because at the start when finite hard mode came out, the accuracy requirements were high. That's why I put some in, and some crit damage, some speed, and some ignore defense. Not the end of the world, not too many of them over here. So around 220 speed, so which is not the fastest, to be honest. And then other than that, you don't really care about anything else. If you can pump her attack, which I would recommend if you're using her, and she can hit hard. She can also kill the waves quite fast on her own, by the way. I have seen a team with which Coldheart solos finite 20. Of course, that takes much longer because it will be much faster for someone else to help you clear the waves, but she can do it. So pumping her attack is actually nice for her other two abilities. But otherwise, try to give her some survivability, because in case you're soloing or in another content where you are expecting to take a hit, in that case, basically, it will help her to survive longer. So I am using attack percent test with HP percent on the Ascension, crit damage, crit rate. I should roll this up to crit damage to give her even more. That's where the 80% was coming in, I think, on the crit rate. And then this I can pump up to give her even more speed. Luckily, I've rolled speed. I should pump this all up the way up to 6-star Ascension. Crit damage, of course, on the gauntlets. This can even be rolled up, so she can hit much harder than she does now. Defense on the gloves. Ideally, I should be looking for attack here. And then accuracy to pump her accuracy up to what the required level is. Phantom touch, as I showcased, and then these are the masteries where basically I have War Master on the tier 6, as you can see, and even it's actually missing one of the final masteries, which I should look into. But that's Coldheart. Now, can you do it with another champion? The answer is yes, you can. So one of the champions that I would recommend is Carnage. However, there is one small issue with Carnage, is that you will need to do presets, because Carnage otherwise likes to stay in his first form. And what we want is for him to go into the second form and nuke away, because he can hit really hard. Coldheart went for the 8-3 over there, but that's fine. Perfectly fine. We need her to break the shield. He kills off. And now Carnage does this weird thing that he goes into his first form, which is what we want to avoid. So right now it's available. This A1, that's fine. Shield's broken, heal reduction is up, right? I just want Carnage to avoid turning, so that's why I'm checking. It will not be an issue with using presets, because then I can just lock this ability right here. And Carnage, if it's built well, it can even smack through the Fire Knight shield, which is bonkers. So there we have it. Now she has her A3 available, which will she'll decrease the turn meter. And now we just smack away. As you can see, turn meter is easily in control. Gnarlhorn, the food champion, he has managed to get his unkillable up. That's why he's not dead. He's making the run slow for some reason. And we are all the way through. She died, so that's also one of the reasons to give her more HP, to be very honest. Here we notice that because I'm not using presets, I'm having to manual, but this fight can work just fine. Heal reduction, as you can see, because Coldheart landed, he's not gonna heal. He's really not gonna heal. And you can kill him off even without Coldheart towards the end. So that's pretty crazy. So he's a champion you can do this with. I would recommend to put presets on when you run it with Carnage. which can be an issue when you are trying to farm food, because you don't want to go into your, and of course when Plarium is displaying notifications here, quality of life anyone, so you'll have to go here and, for example, swap your food champions like I do sometimes for the spider, and that's not generally good, which is why Carnage is someone I would like to avoid. One champion that you can use here, and he is a free champion that you can get from free in quotation marks, of course, because you'll have to grind a lot for him. Where are you? There's this guy, Quintus the Triumphant. So he's a very good champion. I have him put him 5-star rend, which is great for basically the faction wars hard mode, because you're trying to kill everybody in 2 hits, and 5-star rend allows you to ignore that defense on the first 2 hits. So let's see. And this time around with Quintus, I don't need to use any presets. I can just go with auto all the way through. He hits reasonably hard, not as hard as a 6-star rend Marius or Carnage, but he still hits hard enough to be able to go through the waves in a reasonably quick time. So we are going through. He's a bit slower than Coldheart, which is not ideal. Ideally, I would build him faster than Coldheart so he can just smack through the waves. And there you go. We're on to the boss. And now we are, there you go, 6. So Phantom Touch allows 2 extra hits. So 4 plus 2 is like 6 hits. And this time, unfortunately, Coldheart was not able to land her heal reduction, which caused issues. But that was there it was, the heal reduction already landed, and we should be breaking the shield. I should put more HP, to be honest, within Coldheart, so that she won't be so close to death all the time. But the heal reduction is on, so even if Coldheart dies, he can carry the rest. I can optimize this build. This is not a champion I use. As you can see, he's doing so much damage through the shield as well, because he can't put the defense down on. So I think he'll be able to finish this. No. Okay, let's jump into the run with Quintus then, and let's see what we can get. So Quintus is not going to be as fast as Marius or Carnage, just because of how I built him. And because he does not have 6-star rend as Marius and Carnage did, he's not going to be smacking as hard. The 5-star rend that I have on him, that works for the first 2 hits, which is generally enough for most content, especially for Faction Wars hard mode, for which I had him built. As you can see, the shield is broken. He can also smack 4 hits on the A1 by himself. Heal reduction is out from Coldheart, which is very important, because now the Fire Knight, even if he takes a turn, he is not going to heal himself. And as you can see, Quintus hits incredibly hard even with his A1 through the shield, which is bonkers. There's the Heartseeker to decrease all of the Fire Knight's turn meter, and we're going to be smacking through the shield, and it's going to be game over for this guy. You can bring in your best nuker. It does not have to be one of these 3 champions, but you just need an additional Coldheart. And if you're still struggling, what I would recommend is, instead of a 3 food farm, you can change it to a 2 food farm by bringing in a second Coldheart, and that will do the job just fine. But Coldheart is essential to this combination. So I hope that you will be using this team to farm food on Fire Knight, to do all of these different events together. Anytime there's a fusion, anytime there's a Titan event, stage 20 is the most efficient stage to farm, especially for Dungeon Divers points. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps me out tremendously. Thank you very much once again, and see you next time.